Saturday college football, I've got a pair of SEC nighttime games, both at 7:30 Eastern on national TV. Free plays in the Florida, Kentucky, and LSU, Alabama games coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And let's start with the first game of the betting rotation at 7:30 Eastern on the SEC Network, Florida and Kentucky. And boy, there's going to be no head coaches left in the SEC by the end of this season. We'll talk more about that, of course, at the LSU game in a moment. But don't forget, Napier was let go last month in October. Gonzalez, the interim coach for the Gators. And we thought we'd probably have a new coach for Kentucky because I said last week whoever lost that Kentucky-Auburn game was going to have a new coach. Well, it was Auburn. They lost as a double-digit favorite. Their coach is gone. Kentucky's Bob Stoops, 12th season at the helm. He's hanging on for dear life. Will he be gone after this week? Well, perhaps. It's a winnable game for Kentucky. Currently, they're a 3-point home dog. Let's check my 10,000 game simulation. I've got on average the Gators winning by 4 points. So a little bit of line value maybe with Florida here at -3 or less as I project a 4-point win for the Gators. I'm going to focus more, though, on the total in this game. And I think both defenses hold a substantial edge in this matchup. In fact, neither one of these offenses even rank in the top 60 of my power rankings. They both rank top 45, though, in defense. In fact, I've got Florida's defense as the 20th best in the country. Head coaches maybe have been fired, but the Gators aren't a bad team. In fact, they've outscored their opponents by 1.5 a game against a schedule that's been 10 points above average. So the Gators are actually a solid team. Defensively, they're giving up just 20 points a game, just 5.5 yards per play. And Kentucky has been offensively challenged this year, just 5.1 yards per play, just 22 points a game. But the Gators have also been offensively challenged, as I mentioned, 22 points a game, 5.5 yards per play. Both defenses hold the edge here, two subpar offenses. Let's not overthink it. No pun intended. Reverse pun intended. I like the under in this one, under 45. By the way, it's 44.5, 45. It's come down a bit from the opening line of 45.5. And both 44 and 45 are key numbers. So I like it more under 45. Florida and Kentucky, 7:30 Eastern. All right, your other game is on ABC National TV, and we would have thought this was one of the biggest games of the season just a couple months ago, LSU, Alabama. And it's a big one still for Bama. They're ranked 4th in the country right now, but LSU is unranked. You have to go all the way to the additional votes in the AP poll to really find where they rank. They got 4 additional votes this week, 35th. So you can say LSU is the current 35th team in the country. And I want to point that out because while I do my top 25 video every Saturday, click subscribe, click the bell so you'll know when it's loaded for this weekend. I also like to pay attention to the rankings because they're so bizarre, so random. And let's go back in our hot tub time machine a couple months ago to early September. LSU just pulled the upset at Clemson opening weekend as a 5-point dog, and they're ranked 3rd in the nation, and they were getting a first-place vote in the AP poll. In fact, only 4 teams were getting first-place votes in week 2. Oregon, LSU, Penn State, and Ohio State. Yes, Penn State was 2nd 2 months ago with 7 first-place votes. LSU was 3rd behind Ohio State. Oh, boy, how the mighty have fallen this year. Just shows how random and at times comical these top 25 rankings can be. But this is still a very talented squad. And, of course, the big news is that LSU made the coaching change. And it was a little bit of a surprise to me. Brian Kelly, 34-14 over 3.5 seasons at LSU. 5-3 this year, not great, but still 34-14 over 3 seasons. And then a bigger story, of course, is they have about approximately a $53 to $54 million buyout for Kelly. Hey, look, I love doing these videos. But if I could have a $53 million buyout, I might be gone. Boom, see ya from Wager Talk. But no, it's not going to happen. Don't you worry. Hey, drop in the comments below. What are your thoughts of all these coaching changes? Is it ridiculous? I've always blamed the administration and the athletic department. And by the way, the athletic director also stepped down at LSU. Very appropriate because they're to blame. If you're willing to pay, good for Brian Kelly getting $53 million not to work anymore. I didn't think he was the answer there, but hey, get what you can get paid, right? It's the program's fault. It's the modern college sports athletics landscape's fault that we're paying guys this much for buyouts. Florida coach gone, Auburn coach gone, LSU coach gone, Kentucky coach maybe gone after this weekend. Seriously, drop your comments below. Do you think it's ridiculous or, hey, is that what makes capitalism great, baby? Get the USA flag out when I'm talking capitalism. Can't resist. I do read the comments and I reply back here on Wager Talk TV. As far as this game goes, though, let's start with my simulation. Now, I don't count in the coaching change into my simulation for this one. I just look at the nuts and bolts, the X's and O's, the stats for the season. I do have Alabama winning by over 15 points on average. And if you recall, my simulation is really like Bama in most games this year. It's projected them by about 5 to 7 points more than the line in several games this year. And I know some of you in the videos have said, Steve, your computer's going crazy. Well, it's been pretty accurate, though, because Bama is 7-0 straight up since losing that Florida State game. And more importantly, they've gone 5-2 against the spread their last 7, including that win, a cover against Georgia as an outright dog, blowout of Wisconsin, also a blowout win against Tennessee, in which my simulation liked them 2 weeks ago. They won that by 17. Failed to cover against South Carolina on the road in a game a couple weeks ago, but that was probably a little bit of a flat spot. But now they come in off the bye, so it is a good setup for Bama. The question mark for me, though, is which LSU team shows up. They had the bye last week after the coaching change. I think that's one of the reasons they fired them after the A&M game, because they knew they had the bye week coming up. They've also lost 3 of their last 4, but the line is only 10. So unfortunately, there's not any value with LSU. If you want to play that coaching bump that we often see in sports, when teams make the change, they get that bump. You're not getting the line value to do it. So instead, I'm going to look at the total in this game. And it's a very interesting setup here. The new LSU interim coach is Frank Wilson, a Louisiana native. He was the running back coach for LSU. He's really the only part remaining here in this offensive rotation, offensive coaching staff. And I think they will try to run the ball more in this game, and it should work against Alabama. Crimson Tide have been very strong against the pass this year, but they have been suspect defending the run. In fact, overall this season, they're giving up 150 rushing yards a game, 4.5 yards per carry against teams that average just 4.6. They've been a very average rush D, and you contrast that to the strong passing defense for Alabama, 6.2 yards per pass allowed against teams that average 7.8. Now, LSU's been very mediocre running and throwing the ball this year. They've been an average offensive team. But with the running back coach at the helm now, I think they will try to establish the ground game. They might have some success doing that in this game. And they've also been a very strong pass defense this season. Average against the run, but LSU has been incredibly strong against the pass. One of the best pass defenses in the country. They give up 6.3 yards per pass against teams that average 8.1. They're now taking on an Alabama team that's been a pass-heavy offense this year. Bama's been subpar running the ball and below average in most games. So you got an Alabama passing offense against a strong LSU pass D, and then you've got LSU trying to run the ball in this game, which will shorten the clock, shorten the game. I like the under in this one, LSU, Alabama, under 49.5. And now it was 50 earlier, and then some sharp money knocked it to 49.5, but we still have plenty of wiggle room with this one. Take a look at the under in the LSU-Alabama game as well at 7:30 Eastern on ABC. Hey, a couple unders for you. I tell you where I think the value is. And if you're liking these videos, all I ask is a quick thumbs up like. And keep in mind, sometimes these games make my best bet card, but most of the time, they're TV opinions only. I treat them as 1% of bankroll. I always want to give you analysis, let you know what I'm looking at in these high-profile games. But if you want my official best bets, check out WagerTalk.com. Go to my page, Steve Merril at WagerTalk.com, and check out some special offers. You know, we're talking football right now, college and pro football. But don't forget, college and pro basketball has begun as well. So you can get 4 major sports right now when you purchase an all sports, all access pass. And it doesn't matter if you get a 1 day, a 1 week, a 1 month, or a 1 year. Every client gets the exact same best bets I'm personally using. It has always been that way since I started over 29 years ago as a full-time professional handicapper way back in August of 1996. Hey, drop in the comments below. How many of you were not even born yet in August of 96, over 29 years ago? I'd be very curious to see. I know we have some young 20-year-olds watching us here on Wager Talk TV, and I love it. So let me know in the comments below. Were you even born yet when I started in August of 96? And, of course, I was following sports betting for years and years before that. I've been doing the majority of my life. About 80% of my life has now been spent to this craft. And if I'm using the best bet, my clients get it. It's that simple. If I'm using a play, I send it to all my clients. And right now you can try a 7-day all-sport, all-access pass for just $79. But you got to have a special promo code, PLAYS7. You see it on the screen there, PLAYS7. Gets you an instant 20% discount. Now, normally it's $99. Select the 7-day for $99, and at checkout, use that promo code PLAYS7 and get 7 days of all sports for just $79. That's every college and pro football and basketball best bet I release. Or if you're already on board for football, I know many of you are locked in for the rest of the football season, as you should be. If you want to add basketball, now that it's here, I've put together a special 30-day sampler for basketball. You don't have to decide if you want college or pro. You get them both for the price of one. Normally, 1 month of NBA or college is each $189, but as you see on your screen, when you use promo code BBALL30, you get them both for $189. Select the basketball 30-day combo, and at checkout, use promo code BBALL30 and get it down to $189. That's like buying one and getting the other for free. 30 days of college and pro hoops combined. Or the final offer I want to point out to you, if you're ready to take that serious, consistent, long-term investment approach, don't forget I do have an instant $500 discount available right now on the 1-year all-access pass, and there is no promo code needed. Plus, I'm including a bonus 25% coupon. You see the details on the screen there. Go to my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. right above the daily free play. Oh, that's right. There's a daily free play every day. You will see the instant $500 discount. That gets it down to about $1 a play for football, basketball, and all of next year's baseball as well. Went 11-2 in the MLB playoffs this year. You'll get all of next year's baseball with the 365-day all-access pass, instant $500 discount. Right above the daily free play. And don't forget that free play is the last cut from my best bet card. I put a bonus opinion up every day on my page for free, hitting over 70% over the past month on those free plays, so don't miss them. Make it a daily part of your routine to go to my page each and every day to get the free play with analysis, and then check out those strong best bets and the special promos as well. All those promo codes are listed on my page right now. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. Don't forget, drop comments below. Let me know your thoughts on both of these SEC games for Saturday night. And more importantly, what other college football games you like this Saturday? Hey, include some analysis if you have time. Let's learn and earn and win together here on Wager Talk TV. Thumbs up, like if you're liking these free play videos, and I will keep them coming. And be sure to click subscribe. Over 230,000 subscribers, can't be wrong. It's free, don't cost nothing. And click that bell as well. You'll get an instant alert when my top 25 videos posted for Saturday, my NFL Fade the Public video for Sunday. 9-3 the last 2 weeks fading the public. They had one good week 3 weeks ago, and we've gone 9-3 fading them since. It's been over 60% on the season. Video's been doing incredibly well this year. Click subscribe, click the bell for an instant alert so you never miss out. Also, follow me on social media at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L. You see in the bottom corner of your screen there, Merril, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. And stay tuned here to Wager Talk TV because you know there's more free play videos coming up next.